You are going to be blown away by Empire Ear's new flagship IEM. No bones about it. I'm excited to share my impressions about the new Flagship Legend EVO from Empire Ears. But before we get started, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos on the latest and greatest audiophile gear. The Legend EVO is the follow-up release to Empire Ear's flagship Legend X, one of Empire's most popular IEMs. It's a balanced armature plus dynamic driver design that is known for being a bass powerhouse, but also a really good audiophile IEM that provides plenty of musicality and detail. So when Empire Ears set out to create an update to the Legend X, they did not stop at ordinary. So one thing they did was they updated their proprietary Weapon 9 subwoofers with their new updated Weapon 9 Plus subwoofers. But then they went all out on something really unique. What they did was they incorporated a bone conduction driver into the Legend EVO to sit alongside the Weapon 9 Plus subwoofers and the balanced armature drivers. And as far as I know, this is something kind of unique in the IEM world. I do know of one IEM manufacturer that does incorporate a bone conduction driver with other driver types, but it's not a full range bone conduction driver. It's, I think, focused on the mids and highs, whereas this is a full range bone conduction driver that they call the Weapon 10. And you may be familiar with bone conduction IEMs that kind of sit outside of or just on the brink of the ear canal. Just the Legend EVO does fit like a traditional in-ear monitor, fully in the ear canal. So if you're wondering what bone conduction is, I'll give you the Cliff's Notes version. Although most sounds are transmitted through the air to our eardrums in a process called air conduction, bone conduction relies on sound being transmitted through vibrations on the bones of the head and jaw. So the sounds from bone conduction headphones or IEMs bypass the eardrum and go directly to the inner ear. The Legend EVO combines these two methods with its dual conduction architecture. A full-range 5 Hz to 20 kHz frequency response is delivered via air conduction from the dual Weapon 9 Plus subwoofers and 5 balanced armatures, while imaging, soundstage, detail retrieval, low-frequency extension, and reverb are greatly enhanced from 5 Hz to 35 kHz via bone conduction from the W10 driver. You can learn more about the technology in our written review, which we've linked to below. So Empire Ears continued the simple design from the Legend X onto the Legend EVO with these shiny black acrylic shells. What's different though is on the faceplates, you've got one gold-winged Empire Ears logo, but on the other you've got this new Legend EVO logo, which I think signifies the evolution of Empire Ears technology. When you look at the shell sizes on the Legend EVO, you will note that they are a bit bigger than the Legend X. There is one additional driver, so there is that. I don't find them uncomfortable per se. After a couple of hours of continuous wear, I did feel a little bit of pressure against the concha part of my ear, but you know, it is what it is. The stock cable with the Legend EVO is a copper cable with a 4.4 balanced Pentacon connector, and it's got this kind of cool two-toned copper and silver braided design. It's kind of the best looking cable that I've seen with a Empire Ears IEM. We'll talk about cable upgrades a little bit later in this video. You've also got this really cool storage tin, which is just got a lot of heft to it. It's very solid, with a little bit of logo on the inner part of the lid and cool silver accents on the outside. It's just a really nice accompaniment to the IEM. So when it comes to inserting your IEM, you don't just want to ram it in at a straight on angle. You want to give it about a 45-degree tilt and gently maneuver it into your ear. And then you want to give it a twist to make sure you get that nice tight seal and secure fit, and make sure that the wire is wrapped around the back of your ear, and you're good to go. Likewise, when it comes to taking your IEM out, you don't just want to yank it. Again, kind of give it that little angle and gently remove. Now, about the sound. Here's my take. If the Legend X is the bass king of the Empire Ears lineup, then the Legend EVO is the supreme ruler of the bass universe. But it's not as simple as saying that the EVO is a bassier IEM. It's the essence of the bass that sets it apart. I sensed it right away, this visceral quality that I could feel both inside and outside of my head and my body. But the amazing thing is that the bass never seems to overpower the middle or high frequencies. I do think the Legend EVO is tuned such that the mid-range is slightly recessed, and the treble has a smoothness to it, but I did not feel like detail was lacking. The soundstage is quite expansive and airy too, such that nothing ever feels constricted, and you can easily pick out the location of various instruments and vocalists. The Legend EVO excels with rock, electronica, and other bassy or energetic music, as well as music with a big, bold presentation like movie soundtracks. I don't think it's limited to particular genres though. You're not going to use the Legend EVO for critical listening or vocal detail, but if you like that bold and bassy sound signature with lots of life and energy, you'll probably like it with a range of music. I chose to pair the Legend EVO with a Silver Dragon IEM cable. The reason being is that the Legend EVO is a very bassy IEM, so I didn't feel like I needed to do anything to enhance the low end. The Silver Dragon is a great cable for listeners who really enjoy a lot of detail in their music. What it does is it finds what I'd call lost middle and high frequencies and pulls them out and helps to enhance detail, instrument separation, clarity, and in your music, and just lends a sense of air and soundstage. So I found the Silver Dragon to be a great counterbalance or a great complement to the sound signature of the Legend EVO. But there are no hard and fast rules when it comes to Dragon cable pairings. You can head on over to moon-audio.com to learn more. If you own and enjoy the Legend X, which is a fantastic IEM in its own right, you are probably wondering whether to spring for the Legend EVO. This is definitely a want versus need scenario, but I'd say that if it's in your budget, you will not be disappointed. The Legend EVO, which costs just under $3,100, is expected in early October and is currently available for pre-order. The first 400 units will be a special Empire Ears launch edition that will include a cool hand-dyed leather case. For more on the Legend EVO and Empire Ears, check out our written review as well as our Empire Ears guide, which are linked below. If you have any questions, leave us a comment. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our reviews. Thanks so much for watching. So what'd you think? Think you liked them?